My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay, so that's this here. Let's pause. Okay. HRH Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, amazes the crowd with Apache helicopter trick, June 2013. Okay. Prince Harry helicopter tricks video, British Royal wow crowd and aerial display. Alright, it's 1 minute and 9 seconds, and some part I'll be showing screenshots, okay, so I don't get flagged. Alright, so let's listen.
Prince Harry wowing a crowd while flying his Apache helicopter in an aerial display show this weekend. ABC's Lama Hassan has the story for us.
Fighter pilot Prince is used to flying his Apache chopper, fighting the enemy on the front lines in Afghanistan. But he's never done anything like this before.
This is a very complex maneuver.
For the first time ever, Prince Harry's hair-raising stunt, wowing the crowd. Watch this.
What was it? They say it's a very complex maneuver. Alright, so let's
Jaw-dropping, death-defying stunt. Harry weaves in and out, flipping the chopper almost all the way on its back. Watch the video again as the warrior prince cheats gravity. And little did the crowd know who the man behind the wheel is.
In case there's anybody who hadn't realised who Captain Wales is, it's really Prince Harry.
The crowd shocked. The announcer had to say it again.
So there you have Prince Harry demonstrating in front of you.
Showing off his stunts before landing the chopper safely. Oh, Harry, your talents are limitless.
Alright.
Prince
Let's read some of the comment. But they will have you believe he is not intelligent. My answer to that is, if Prince Harry, with all his accomplishment, isn't intelligent, what does that make William? I'm telling you, I mean, to create all... What was it? The Invictus game. I've said this before. This is his baby. When he was first introducing it to, I guess, the royal family, I guess, to start it, they didn't really care about it, but he believed in it. Alright, that was something that he said in the Obama. If you believe in it, I don't even know which part of the interview, because there's certain parts within the interview I remember on top of my head, but I know he said it, but to find it I'm gonna have to go through the entire thing.
So I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but I just want to ask just practically. So let's just say that comes to you. It has these unique characteristics where you can see the need, you can see the ability to leverage, you can see how lending your name and reputation to this will elevate an issue that is very important, whose moment has come. Do you vote? Did the three of you sit down and say, I'm in or I'm out? Or
it's still a young organisation. I mean, our first grant was in 2012, I think it was, actually with these guys. But so yeah, we're still very much in the infancy years as such. But what we're trying to do is we want to prove the model in different sectors, and then once we've proven it, then we want to expand it. And there's no point in doing it otherwise, because what's the point in being involved in something unless you know that you're succeeding to a certain extent, if you know what I mean?
Okay, so cool. Wow, brave and courageous soldier, Prince Harry. Wow, thanks for sharing. There's this. Prince Harry will have easily held a higher rank, but he wasn't allowed to rank higher than his work-shy brother, Spare. Okay, spare how quickly the disloyal UK turned against Princess Diana and Prince Harry as they embraced their chief abuser disgusted me. Royal family press office leaked against a child. The part where the UK easily turned against the two people who were actually helping them, it's unbelievable. This is why I said the mind control over there, they have perfected it. The people, the royal family have perfected, the tabloid over there have perfected it. but they try to bring it in the US, but they get sued. All right, that's the Dominion versus Fox. Let's see here. The tabloid editor barred from Abbey. Okay, who's that? Stuart Higgins, The Sun, Phil Hall, The News of the World, Paul Dacker. These are some familiar names. Okay, the Daily Mail, Richard Addis, The Express, Piers Morgan, The Mirror. So they don't want them to come. What was that? What year was that? 1997. Wow. The tabloid editors barred from Abbey. This is too small for me to read. I think it's legible, but I don't want to read it. All right, what is that? Prince Harry says he excluded stories about Prince William from books. I just don't want the world to know. Okay, there are some things that have happened, especially between me and my brother, and to some extent between me and my father, that I just don't want. I just don't want the world to know. The Duke of Sussex said. So maybe this is part of the 400 pages he took out. Okay, Harry and Meghan never said they were living royal life for privacy. It's always been about control. The Sussexes have denied this false narrative for years. Okay, there's that. Okay. It's people wow without knowing it was him for me. In addition, he wasn't the one who revealed his identity, but the presenter. Yep. Okay, wow. I didn't know about this. Thank you for sharing. Wow, so much talent. Dad, Sussex family. Okay, awesome aerobatic maneuver. Prince Harry is a beast. Thanks for sharing this footage. I think there's some things he had to do, even though he's out of the military, but because he have that license of being able to how do you go, fly helicopter. I think every certain amount of time, I could be wrong with this. Okay, but in order to upkeep the license every other certain amount of time, he has to do some practices, or to show the people that he's still up to par with knowing how to fly it, or something like that. Okay, that's amazing. Incredible talent. Prince Harry is truly talented. I feel so proud watching Prince Harry doing that. Okay, talented Prince Harry, fantastic footage. What was it in the Invictus where he was talking about the story with Archie, and where he was introducing the Invictus? He's like something about he joked about Archie will be a helicopter pilot, obviously.
Because to be role models, or the role models that each of you are, takes strength and it takes courage. When I talk to my son Archie about what he wants to be when he grows up, some days it's an astronaut, other days it's a pilot, a helicopter pilot, obviously.
You know. Next tweet. Okay, so now this is one of the stories that I really want to share with you. I'm gonna go through it completely. If it takes the entire tweet, there's some articles, there's some stuff. Let's get to it. Okay, I was today years old when I realized that Prince Harry and Meghan's wedding anniversary, May 19th, is the same day as Queen Charlotte's birthday. She's buried at St. George Chapel, and her son, Prince Augustus Frederick, was the first Duke of Sussex. Okay, there's this. Okay, Charlotte's husband, King George III, also had a younger brother named Henry, who married a commoner. She was thought of as one of the great beauties of the age. Prince Henry's death dates September 18. Wow! It's 3 days after Prince Harry's birthday, September 15. Such a coincidence. Wow. Okay, it goes even deeper. The first Duke of Sussex was apparently known for his progressive views and later fell out with his older brother, George IV. Okay, and I think Bridgerton, I need to watch it again, because lately every time I watch TV, I am knocked out. So I need to watch Bridgerton again, the latest one that just came out. I think they're covering the Queen. Okay, you can't tell me the Queen didn't know what she was doing when she gave Harry and Meghan the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, right? The parallels can be a coincidence. That's one reply. Not to mention, the first Duke of Sussex wife was not accepted. Okay, well, to be fair, that marriage was not valid according to the rules. Okay, Dunbarton Castle has a history of providing refuge for those fleeing the attacks of the English monarch, Mary Queen of Scots. Okay, election, was it election every? Who's that? Voter and every election. Okay, so that's a squaddy. Okay, did you know any of this? This is hidden. Who let this buzzkill in? Okay, so that must be one of those haters here. Okay, the first Duke of Sussex supported the abolition of the slave trade. He also supported the removal of restriction on Jews, Catholics, and dissenters. His liberal political stances eventually estranged him from his father and the royal family. Okay, I saw something popped up. Okay, what was that? I saw something that was okay. The subtle but powerful significance behind the titles Duke and Duchess of Sussex, I assume. These titles were the most logical choices for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to receive, but they carry a much deeper significance. If I don't finish read this, the link will be in the description. You could finish it yourself. Okay, looks like a decent read, very short. Okay, subtle but powerful significance behind the title Duke and Duchess of Sussex. These titles, okay, this was October 21st, 2022. Okay, by Claire Nowak. These titles were the most logical choices for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to receive, but they carry a deep meaning that could predict how the couple will use their new roles to instill change. Okay, it's official. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's title are now the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. If you want to get specific, their full titles are His Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, Earl of Dunbarton, and Baron Kilkeel, and Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. So this is all of their titles within their name. It will take a whole freaking page to do that. Queen Elizabeth II conferred these honors on the couple on their wedding day, May 19th, 2018, a date you probably have memorized by now. Royal family expert and fans alike correctly speculate that these will be their titles. The Queen has traditionally conferred a dukedom to senior male members of the royal family as a wedding gift. That's why Prince William and Kate Middleton became the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge upon their marriage as well, and yet they have completely different titles when they visited Scotland. As for the location, it had to be a dukedom without scandalous reputation. For example, the New Yorker reports that one Duke of Clarence was executed by his brother, and this thing freaking run in the family. Executed by his brother. My goodness. I'm thinking the issue that's going between Harry and William right now. My goodness. And another Duke of the same title was involved in a gay prostitution ring scandal. Needless to say, the title of Duke and Duchess of Clarence likely weren't an option. Okay, the history behind the Sussex dukedom is less scandalous, but not without controversy. There was only one previous Duke of Sussex, Prince Augustus Frederick, the ninth child of King George III. The title became vacant upon his death in 1843. When you think about these dates, they're not that far along. We understand it's 18 whatever, but when you think about it, like I'm looking, sometimes I'm looking at now we in 2023, we're looking at like 1970 something. You just put your certain perspective, like people around that time were, anyway, it's crazy thinking, but anyway, let's continue. Although the Duke had two children with Lady Augusta Murray, their marriage was not approved by his father, the king, and the couple eventually separated, deeming the kids illegitimate for the title, the Washington Post report. That separation is also why Meghan is the very first Duchess of Sussex. Okay. However, what makes these titles so significant for Prince Harry and Meghan is that the former Duke of Sussex supported the abolition of the slave trade, a serendipitous fact. Considering the Duchess' African American heritage, he also supported the removal of restrictions on Jews, Catholics, and dissenters. This liberal political stance eventually estranged him from his father and the court, according to Royal Collection Trust. Wow. Okay. Okay, so that's something else. With a limit number of respectable titles for the queens to bestow, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were almost given for Prince Harry and Meghan, but no other titles could have been more appropriate. These two, as individuals and as a couple, are known for the times they have broken royal protocol and their willingness to take matters into their own hands. They, like Prince Augustus Frederick, have a strong progressive belief, but fortunately live in a time when the royal family is progressing as well. The royal family is progressive? Okay, they have the tools and the drive to make the societal impact the previous Duke never could. That the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been giving these titles then seems to be a powerful work of faith, one that may foreshadow the changes they will impact on the world through a legacy that was never supposed to exist. Now that you know why Prince Harry and Meghan have been named Duke and Duchess of Sussex, see if you know the difference between Duchess and a princess. Okay. Alright, so that's it. So there's a link here. The differences between a Duchess and Princess. Alright, let's see what they say about that. Okay, this is the difference between a Princess and a Duchess. Okay, is it possible to be both? Okay, if Disney movie taught us anything, is that when you marry a prince, you become a princess. So it may seem strange that when Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle marry into the royal family, we were all expected to call them Duchess. Obviously, Princess Kate and Princess Meghan sound much better. That got us thinking, how do you become a princess anyway? And what makes them different from Duchess? Beginners should check out this chart that breaks down. Okay, you guys could, the links will be in the description, but you could go further into it. Oh, what was that? Okay. Let me close this. Alright, it turns out there are two ways to become the British princess: to be born the daughter of a prince or to marry one. On top of that, only those born into the royal family can use the title princess. Only those born into, okay, what is it? Only those born into the royal family can be used the title princess or prince for that matter before their name. And those things don't guarantee it either. For instance, despite being the child of a prince, Harry and Meghan's baby won't be a royal title at all. Okay, it's confusing because while Kate Middleton is not Princess Kate, her title is Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. She is a princess. On her wedding day, she took on her husband's title, making her Princess Williams of Wales, in addition to her Royal Highness, Duchess of Cambridge. Prince George's birth certificate also lists her official occupation as Princess of the United Kingdom. Similarly, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, could be called Princess Henry of Wales. Here's why her title, Duchess of Sussex, is so meaningful though. This is also the reason why Prince Andrew's daughter Beatrice and Eugenie are princesses, but the daughter of Princess Anne, Zara Philip, is not. A child parent can also decide against bestowing the title upon their children, which is why Prince Edward's daughter, Louis Windsor, is a lady instead of a princess. That reminds me of the trip that I took to Colonial Williamsburg, where the lady was saying what a lady and a woman do. Alright, so this...
It's just to play the organ. She's not expected to operate that pedal herself. It can be moved to the side and staff to do that work for them. The ladies don't work. That is distinctive of ladies versus women. Ladies do not work. Women do.
Okay, the BBC writes that Prince Edward and his wife decided against the title, even if Prince Edward has a new title of the Duke of Edinburgh himself. What is it now? What is it? This title cannot, once he died, that's where the title ends. I don't think the son will get it. Okay, after the royal titles of king, queen, prince, and princess come the 5 noble ranks: Duke and Duchess, the members of nobility that rank right below the monarch. Marquis and Marchioness, Earl and Countess, Viscount and Viscountess, and Baron and Baroness. These nobles are referred to as lords and ladies.
That is distinctive of ladies versus women. Ladies do not work. Women do.
The exception being dukes and duchesses, who are referred to as Your Grace. According to Merriam-Webster, princes and princesses often hold dukedoms. Okay, of course, the queen has free reign over all of this. The monarch may offer to bestow a royal title upon his or her daughter's children, says Lucy Hume, associate director of the Brett to Town and Country. For Peter and Zara Philip, the queen offered to give them a royal title when they were born, but Princess Anne and Captain Phillips opted to decline this offer. The moral of the story is that royal titles are a complicated business, but if you want to learn more, find out exactly how the most famous royal each got their title. Alright, so the link of this will be in the description. You could go and click on each of the links that they share here. Alright, so let's go back to Twitter and read some of the comments. So this alone give you different links to other stories. And no wonder why they create all those levels of social classes and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, his story is interesting, and if you can find his portrait, his union was annulled, so never had a duchess. Meghan is the first one. He was always out of the UK and fought for the abolition of the slavery and many other things he was fighting for. Incredible prince as his life. He's one of my fave. Okay, yep, Prince Harry and Meghan were born to be together. There's just too much connection. Like Harry stated, the stars were aligned for them to meet. Diana visit Meghan's university. He met Meghan's when she was 36, etc. List goes on and on. Okay, I didn't know the writers took the time to align the fiction with reality. This is why I support WGA, pay real writers, real wages, and residual. What was it? There was a strike that was going on. Oh no, did they settle this? I haven't following it. Good, lots of trivia there. I love it, thanks. Okay, and yet the British royal family don't acknowledge that all the children of George and Charlotte were mixed race. The DNA didn't change because they marry white women or men. Okay, I really enjoy Queen Charlotte. The sets and costume were beautiful, and the actresses were played young and older. Charlotte were both excellent. Okay, I know their story. The first Duke of Sussex was a rebel, like Harry stood up for the right of people married Italian without King George III. She died, then a widow. He asked to be buried in a people's cemetery. Same blue eyes and handsome guy. I always thought Queen Elizabeth gave Harry the dukedom because their similarities. Okay, check out Kate and William wedding date, and check out Hitler wedding date. Scary, 29 April. Coincidence? I don't think so. Oh, I never look into all of that. All right, so let's go to my last tweet. Okay. Wow, I can't believe I'm doing all of this within an hour, so that's good. So everything might just squeeze in. This one is pretty interesting. Okay, white people, I'm confused. I thought you were upset about, let's pause because I need to put screenshot. Okay, white people, I'm confused. I thought you were upset about immigrants coming across the border and taking your job. The jobs are available now. Where y'all at? Bueller. A minute and 48 seconds. This is in America, by the way, in Florida.
But for many business owners, the law has left a bitter taste.
You have to have a plan set up for that to take place. It's no different than the bills, healthcare bill and stuff like that. Nothing can be replaced unless you really have a long set up process for the next thing to take hold. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to get rid of these people and then look at the farmers that are left without workers.
Aware of the need for agricultural workers, Jerry Spencer turned to unemployed Americans, but says after 2 weeks, most couldn't cope.
With the American workers, they all had to be taught all this and separate, and in addition to the fact that their bodies just were not built for it.
Third generation.
Their bodies were not built for it. Hey, they never think anything through. They just see the hate. It blind them with the ripple effect of everything else. I wonder how many of them voted for that guy. What was it? there was this what's his name? His name is coming in my thought and it's going away. Who was running for? It's a African American man who was running for governor of Florida 2 or 3 election prior, and he had progressive views and everything like that. Nope, he then went and they picked this guy that's the governor right now. Okay, ever since now he's taking on Disney. Disney may have their own issues or whatever, but when I look into some of the things Disney have done, they have invested a lot of money in Florida, where Walt Disney is right now. And then to take him, but anyway, let's finish this end. I'm moving it back slightly.
Bodies just were not built for it.
Third-generation farmer Scott Benton says the effect on farming was devastating.
A lot of people left, and all the workers left, and people were, you know, they already had the crops out there ready to harvest, so they didn't have anybody to pick them. So a lot of farms lost their whole crop.
You're not going to get an entitled American to come out and do the work that we do.
For over 40 years, Jone Alger has been in the farming industry. We saw some of the work his people do.
Some tractor driving, some manual labor. It's hot. There's mosquitoes out here. It's uncomfortable situation.
What do you tell someone who says, I'm not a farmer, I don't hire undocumented immigrants, this doesn't affect me?
Good for them. Get ready to pay more at the grocery store.
And this may not be the only industry affected. We're already getting calls from construction workers and those who employ them. The law goes into effect July 1st. In Homestead, Ivan Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
Alright, so they only think of the hate, the racism, and all of that, thinking they're hurting. This is the chain of things. This is the chain of things. They don't see the ripple effect. So, this is it. Alright, that's all I have in this video. I went through and find as many as I could. So, let's see here. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for... Let's look, prayer for insight, and knowledge, because people with that nonsense. Let's see what we have. Daily prayer for knowledge and wisdom. I seek your wisdom so I can walk in the path you lay before me, knowing right from wrong, protecting against temptation and deceit. Fill me with your knowledge, O Lord, so I may walk in the straight and narrow path and faithful to follow you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, let's pick an image. Let's do this one. Okay, let us pray. Lord, in all our ways, may we recognize, acknowledge, and honor you. May we put you first in our lives, lean on you, trust you, and be confident in you. With all our hearts and minds, may we rely on you. Grant us your insight and understanding regarding every area of our life. Amen. All right, so that's it.
But I like to think that I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life earning the respect for that privilege and trying to make a difference for the rest of my life.
Evolution. This is the future.
Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it.
Lavanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.